the 2016 Republican National Convention.
The 2016 Republican National Convention, as you can see, is officially underway. Welcome to a special primetime Jersey Matters. You can see New York has a front row seat. You walk over here, New Jersey also right there in the front row, and it is crowded. So how did day one go? How did the delegates feel about day one? We interviewed a couple of them.
Thank you, Larry. Take a look at this reaction. Not an empty seat in the House. It's night one here at the Republican National Convention here in Cleveland, and I'll be speaking with some delegates throughout all of the 50 states to hear their thoughts about how to make America great again. What do you feel about Donald Trump as being the next president of the United States?
Well, I think he's so well acclimated to the business community, and what he doesn't know about national security, I think he will learn from the people that he surrounds himself from. So he's going to bring the best people around him, which I think is what we need.
So we see the future with Donald Trump as a pro-development president, one that we need because jobs are in short supply, high demand, and currently we have nothing more than a third world consumer nation going here where our best jobs are minimum wage, and that's why everybody's crying for a minimum wage increase. We need to bring our jobs back home, and I believe that Donald Trump can do it.
It's first night of the Republican convention. What were your thoughts?
I think it's absolutely excellent. The feeling is absolutely electric here tonight. I think they're really focused on what Republicans need to be focused on, and that's the security of our borders, the security of our nation, and obviously I hope they're going to focus on fiscal responsibility.
And what do you expect for tomorrow night?
I hope it's going to be more of the same and even be more exciting. This is my first convention. I'm excited to be here. It's my first time as a delegate, and I'm really proud to serve the state of New Jersey and my congressional district as a delegate.
What were your thoughts of the first night of this Republican convention?
I thought it was very well planned, very well executed. It had a lot of emotional appeal in the places where I think we need it. It's not this highfalutin ideas, it's the average, practical, day-to-day things that Americans care about. So I think this was very well done. I hope the rest of it is as good.
Well, thank you for joining me on the excitement of the very first night of the Republican National Convention. Stick around with us for more tomorrow. Back to you, Larry.
All right, thank you, Kimberly. To get more now on reaction to last night's events, John Bramnick is the minority leader in the New Jersey Assembly. Thank you so much for doing this.
Love being with you.
Give me a highlight. I want to get to the alleged controversies in a second, but give me what your highlights were of last night.
Well, I think Rudy Giuliani, and the reason is because he's saying, hey, we should be one nation, and unity is the most important issue, in my judgment, facing this country. We need to come together as one America. Divisiveness and a divided America is dangerous, and that's why I thought that message was so important.
And the reason I asked that question first, because when I talk to delegates about the night, they all say Rudy Giuliani, or they say Mark Traier, or they say Pat Smith, or they say a lot of other people, and they love Melania too. But today, all the coverage has been about alleged plagiarism. What do you make of that?
Well, tomorrow there'll be some other issue because you're under a microscope in politics today. They super duper watch everything you do. So there's going to be mistakes and missteps on both sides of the aisle. Tomorrow the news media's got to find something else.
Do you think that it's one-sided?
Not one-sided all the time, but generally speaking, I think if you did a poll of people in the media, they would tend to be more Democratic than Republican. I don't think there's any doubt about that. That's got to be a slight slant, at least, at minimal, a slight slant.
Have you seen the speeches back-to-back? Have you seen them side to side, Michelle Obama's speech from 2008 and this one? It does seem like there was some lifting.
My guess, and I've written speeches, sometimes you'll look at old speeches, and maybe you study speeches for the last 5 or 10 or 15 years, and then you write a speech. There's probably some mistakes made here by whoever wrote the speech. But once again, come November, do you actually think that's going to be the most important issue facing the American public? Interesting, fun, you get to talk about it. Morning, Joe, you guys, great. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
I noticed New Jersey's right up front. And yeah, great seats.
Absolutely.
I saw New York's up front, which makes sense. Donald Trump's from New York. New Jersey being up front, what do you make of that? They obviously did that for a reason.
Well, I think Chris Christie's been an early supporter of Donald Trump, and I'm assuming that the governor, based on who he is, got a good seat. It's like if you got a really close friend and you go to like a Giant game, they give you a good ticket. If he's the president of Giants, you probably sit up close.
No, I get it. Could it be more than that?
What are you, Eagle fan or something?
I am an Eagle fan.
Yeah, I figured that. Sorry.
But I saw that Indiana was back a little bit further. And so is it fair to theorize that possibly Chris Christie was the early front runner to be vice president?
Only the media could put that issue under a microscope. I'll tell you something. You can have a scoop here. You might have a scoop. Probably a non-issue, but run with it.
Yeah, for a day, and then it'll be gone tomorrow.
They might put you on 60 Minutes.
He said that he was pained to not get it. When he was walking out, he told Kimberly Kravitz over there he was pained to not get this. It was a thunderstorm in his heart. So he thought he had it.
Well, I always thought that Donald Trump was a big fan of Chris Christie, and that Chris Christie would be so good on the stump because he delivers a message better than anyone. So I could see maybe a little disappointment, but he didn't say that to me personally, so whatever he said to the media, let it stand as his comments. My feeling is I'm a big fan of Chris Christie. I think he's a strong leader. I think he's smart. I think he'd be a great vice president, actually a great president.
Donald Trump says he can win New Jersey. Does he really have any shot at winning New Jersey?
You got to talk to the pollsters about that. I'm a legislator, not a pollster. So talk to the smart people.
John Bramnick, it's always a pleasure. You're doing stand-up a little bit later.
Oh, my God. This is fabulous. And in Ohio, we're being really nice as a delegation. We're saying hello to everybody. We're slowing down. No complaining. That's what we're doing out here. We're being really nice.
Very funny man, very good in the media. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it again. John Bramnick, who is the minority leader in the Assembly. We're coming back with more reaction to last night at the Republican National Convention in Cleveland.